What's up guys, and welcome back to another video, and today we're going over 10 wrestlers who finished a match while being injured. Going straight on the list, we have number 10, The Rock at WrestleMania 29. Just 1 year after their once in a lifetime match, John Cena and The Rock had to outdo their previous bouts. They had the WWE title on the line and wanted to put on a great match for the fans. However, while wrestling the match, The Rock tore his hamstring. Yep, his muscles were torn apart off the bone of his leg. This is the type of injury that would cause a normal human being to not be able to even walk. Thankfully for the fans, The Rock is no normal human being. He insisted on finishing the match. They would go on for 20 more minutes. Fans would find out about the injury when The Rock posted a photo of him in the hospital later that night. Number 9, The Miz at WrestleMania 27. WrestleMania 27 was the biggest moment in The Miz's career. How much better can it get than defending your WWE Championship in the main event against John Cena and beating him? But The Miz has said that he doesn't even remember most of that night due to a concussion he suffered. While The Miz and Cena were fighting outside the ring, they made their way to the barricade. John Cena delivered a clothesline to The Miz over the barricade, which caused both men to go flying over the barricade into the crowd. When landing on the concrete floor, The Miz's head hit straight on the floor and you could even hear an insanely loud sound. The Miz would get up and finish the match, but he has admitted to not remembering too much from that night. Number 8, Triple H on a Monday Night Raw episode. In 2001, Steve Austin and Triple H began their tag team known as the Two-Man Power Trip, holding the WWE, IC, and tag team titles at the same time. They were going to dominate the WWE. One night on Monday Night Raw, they were defending their tag titles against Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit. Jericho had the walls of Jericho locked in on Austin. Triple H wanted to simply break up the submission, but he tripped and tore his left quad. Hunter would end up finishing the match and even tried hiding the injury. After the match, his knee couldn't help it and he received some help to the back. Many fans assumed this was a part of the storyline, but Triple H would be out of action for a whole year. Number 7, Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. WrestleMania 3, Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan had one of the most famous matches of all time. They created one of the most iconic moments that will forever be engraved in wrestling history. Well, did you know that the match almost didn't happen? Andre the Giant just had surgery before this match and wasn't too sure if he was going to participate. Andre even told Vince not to talk to him about business because he was seriously doubting it. But Andre wanted the bonus pay as well as the media attention, so he changed his mind. Andre the Giant would wear a lower back brace under his attire and wrestle throughout the match with a bad back, creating, like I said previously, one of the most iconic scenes in wrestling history. Number 6, The Undertaker on SmackDown. Undertaker is one of the toughest guys in the WWE of all time. In 1995, Mabel leg dropped him, which broke his face and caused him to wear a mask for a while. Well, it actually happened again when he was facing Rey Mysterio in a one-on-one match during an episode of SmackDown. Rey Mysterio was going for his usual springboard splash, but accidentally landed on Taker's face. You can see all of Mysterio's weight land on the face of The Undertaker. This would break his nose and an orbital bone while concussing him. Undertaker had the whereabouts to kick out and win the match, but this would cause The Undertaker to miss some time and put him on the shelf. Number 5, Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 19. The main event of WrestleMania 19 was truly spectacular. Heading into the match, Kurt Angle was actually dealing with some issues concerning his neck. Many say that Angle having that match was really dangerous for his future in professional wrestling. Angle insisted that Lesnar got the big win on the grandest stage of them all. Later in the match, Brock Lesnar would actually hurt his neck as well. Lesnar went for the shooting star press and he botched it. Lesnar did not make the full flip and he landed on his neck. Although a move like that could easily end another man's career, Lesnar simply got up and completed the match. Two guys with injured necks pulled off an amazing match. Number 4, Bret Hart at a house show. The WWE Universe was shocked when Bret the Hitman Hart won the WWE Championship at a house show in October of 1992. Even Bret Hart himself was dumbfounded because Vince McMahon literally informed him during that day that he was winning the title. While being Irish whipped into the corner, Bret's finger got stuck on the rope. Bret Hart dislocated his finger and you could see he was in massive pain. Bret Hart was not going to let this finger be the reason he didn't win the title, so he decided to pop his finger back in and continue to wrestle through the match. Bret would win and become the WWE Champion. Number 3, Shawn Michaels at Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 14. After the Montreal Screwjob, Shawn Michaels' next feud involved The Undertaker. The Undertaker and HBK had a casket match at the next big pay-per-view, which was the Royal Rumble. During the match, Undertaker threw Shawn Michaels over the top rope. Unfortunately, Shawn's back hit the edge of the casket, causing him to crack a disc in his back. Michaels was able to continue wrestling in that match, retaining his title. Everyone backstage was aware that Shawn was barely able to move. Shawn had held the title up until WrestleMania 14 despite the serious back injury. HBK would wrestle an entire match with Stone Cold Steve Austin, where he would finally drop the title and take 4 years off from wrestling. You know an injury is serious when a wrestler has to stay out of action for that long of a time period. Number 2, Finn Balor at SummerSlam. Last year, Finn Balor had one of the best first months of any WWE wrestler. Just 1 month after debuting, and he was set to clash with Seth Rollins in the Universal title match. During the match, Seth Rollins powerbombed Finn Balor towards the barricade outside of the ring, and Balor landed wrong. Balor practically tore everything in his shoulder, leaving him with 2 options. He could have called off the match and quit, or continue. Finn Balor chose the second option and would become the first ever Universal Champion. Balor was not letting his injury prevent him from achieving his most special accomplishment. Unfortunately, Balor had to give up the title the next night on Raw and went through surgery later that week. And number 1, Mankind and The Undertaker from King of the Ring. We all know Mankind for his famous Hell in a Cell battle with The Undertaker. Well, what is less known to the general audience is how hurt Mick Foley was that night. Many people assume wrestling is fake and no one ever gets hurt. However, Mick Foley during that night single-handedly proves why you should never call wrestling fake again. Foley was thrown off the cell, chokeslammed through the top cell, and put through many thumbtacks. Ultimately, Foley suffered from a concussion, broken ribs, and he lost 2 teeth, which you can see in his nose. Undertaker was also injured during this night. He actually broke his foot prior to this, which caused him to fear that they would deliver a lackluster match. Thankfully, both men absolutely killed it and put on an instant classic that people will never forget. As always, thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Follow me on Twitter at Pllana. Check out my other channels, Official Life Facts and NOLA VP, and I'll see you all later.